Welcome to the AM Hookah Podcast. We're live in 3, 2, 1.
What is up, midnight tokers, afternoon hailers, and AM hookah smokers? This is the AM Hookah Podcast. We are a weekly podcast every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking about the world of hookah here on YouTube and on twitch.tv/AM Hookah. I am the M in the AM Hookah, and with me is the guy who can balance not only coals on his head, but a full vase and hookah as well. Ask him to do it the next time you see him live. I promise it's possible. Adrian Hunter, how are you doing, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing well. Hanging out. We got a guest today, which is pretty cool. Pretty pumped up. I love that we have Bracken introing the show. Like, as soon as he did, I'm like, oh, the production quality.
I like it. It looks good, right? I think it looks okay. So we are joined this week by a very special guest. This week we're joined by a man that needs no introduction, but I know he would want one. Many things have been said about him. Most of them true. The other half, well, they're still true, but there's more to the story. Here is the hookah man at heart. He works to take hookah out of the basement and take some away that negative stigma away from it as well. He is the founding member of the largest U.S. hookah group, the man, the myth, the legend, the man under the hair, Frank Cefalu. I messed up your last name. I almost didn't even attempt it. How do you pronounce your last name? How can I say it properly?
You can say Cefalu, Cheflu, wherever you want.
How about Cthulhu?
Cthulhu is good. I like that. It's almost mythic.
Tight.
How are you doing, Frank? It's so nice to have you on the show finally.
You know, it is great being on this show. I am finally here. I always told myself I have not made it yet till I am on an episode of the AM Hookah Podcast with the A and the M, and then there's an F for some reason there. And here we are. This is it.
This is pretty fantastic. It's awesome to finally have you on. With you being on the show, like we've literally had everybody that is in any capacity meaningful to the Facebook world and social media type stuff. Eventually I want to make our way over to like Discord and talk to some cool people all around the world and stuff like that. But having you here is just absolutely fantastic. I apologize for it taking so long. We had Tommy on to help represent THL, and weren't you happy with his appearance on the show?
Yeah, it was great. It's great being picked last for kickball. I'm used to it. It's okay. But it's great he got picked first. It's all right. No, but I'm here now. That's what counts.
Yeah.
Tommy did okay.
Haven't you ever heard of saving the best for last?
There you go. There it is.
That's like
saving the best for last. Exactly. Adrian, you did a
Make sure to tell
job.
Tommy I said that.
Yeah, he's not here. I guess he was busy doing something of importance for some reason, so he was unable to make it.
Oh, he's not here?
Yeah, he's not here.
It's okay.
But he did have me set up a very special Nightbot for you that I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, so I'm going to read it for you, okay? Every 10 minutes, Nightbot is going to remind Frank, hey, Frank, is your hair still looking good? You're doing a great job, from Tommy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's from Tommy.
Wait, did Tommy infiltrate Nightbot?
He infiltrated Nightbot for that one thing, exactly. I don't know how he did it. I can't even control Nightbot. I don't know how he did it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on there.
I think you helped him, Matt. That's why I think you know exactly how that happened.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing at all, I promise.
I think Frank's onto something.
So this week we have a lot of fun things planned for the show. We have a really fun game that we're going to be playing today. It's called Wheel of Hookah. I think you can guess what that's going to be like. If you cannot, then you did not watch enough televised television when you were a kid. We're
playing Yahtzee.
We're also going to do a deep dive with Frank and snack some questions from the chat as always. But before any of that, let's get in contact with our producer, Bracken. Make sure that he's there. Bracken, are you there? Bracken Cam, we're turning it on. Can you hear us, Bracken?
I can barely hear you over the thunderclouds, Matt.
Oh, thank you. It's breaking up the signal a little bit. How are you doing today, Bracken? What are you up to? Are you smoking anything at the moment?
I am definitely smoking at the moment, and I'm smoking a brand new flavor to me. I've never had it. This is the inaugural smoke of Alpha Comma, the rarest. Ooh. I've heard a lot about it, a lot of good, a lot of medium. I haven't heard anything bad, so I was like, yo, let me hit that. So I got it packed in my Hookah John Saoka with my neural hose. So if anybody breaks in, they're in trouble.
Exactly. Well, that's very awesome. Hey, Bracken, maybe you could help fill us in just a little bit on a couple of things. In the chat right now, there's a bunch of people typing in ! bowls. What is that all about, Bracken?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it is something that we have been kind of prototyping in the Wednesday and the Friday show while Matt was hosting. Hashtag bowls. Exclamation point bowls is the unofficial official cryptocurrency of the AM Hookah Podcast. And they are not redeemable for cash value, but they are redeemable for swag value. If you hit exclamation point bowls and you have a number over 500, people are going to look at you and say, "Yo, that guy, he watches a lot of AM Hookah."
A lot of AM Hookah. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. We got some fun things in the work, Matt. I know that you know, but hey, Frank, you don't know, so I'll tell you and the people at home. Tune into the podcast every Monday. We are going to start activating the ability for you, the listener, on YouTube to earn bowls. Now, these aren't real bowls. These are, like I said, our cryptocurrency. And as of right now, we use them to play games and do like duels and battle royales and like this fun thing that we do where we go rob a bank when Matt is hosting the show on Wednesdays and Fridays. But in the future, we are currently scheming. We have the wheels of the cog turning to find out a way to make these bowls mean something to you in a real way at home.
Yes.
So we are going to, like I said, it's going to be live every Monday. You tune into the show. Every minute you watch, you earn bowls. So you want to make sure that you are watching because these could be used for giveaways or discounts or entries into tournaments or we're gonna exchange your bowls for some sort of interaction, and it's gonna be awesome. So if you are a fan of the show, make sure you're racking up those bowls.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you fixed it, but if you have it, quick, hit subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, you might be able to get a couple bowls. If you haven't already subscribed, to do it. Big news. If you haven't,
use the algorithm.
Yeah, there's an algorithm. Break the system. But guys, we have 302 subscribers. We have broken the 300. We are so close to 500, which is our big goal. That's our landmark. We're trying to get there. So it's a pretty awesome thing. Congratulations to you guys and all the guys at home and girls at home who clicked that button. If you're watching and you haven't, click that button.
Yeah, and
click that button, and then there's a little bell icon next to it, and that bell icon, you should click that because that's the best way for you to find out when our Wednesday and our Friday shows are going live. So you got to hit that, and then you'll get a notification every time the AM Hookah Podcast is live.
Yes. If you guys are not already doing this, we would really appreciate it if you guys will go out, tell somebody about the show. We've reached that threshold where we really got to do that groundwork, that the grassroots of letting people know that we exist and stuff like that. Even if you got a friend who's not exactly into hookah, but they really like podcasts, suggest our podcast to them. We have some pretty interesting conversations here that is not always based around hookah. I mean, let's be honest, Adrian, the stuff that you say is gold on every episode. Even if you don't like hookah, people should tune into that. Am I right?
You keep talking about that, people are going to start unsubscribing at insane rates.
No, not at all. You're the gold that keeps this whole thing running and working together. All right, so thank you, Bracken, for filling us in on all that stuff. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to you at the moment, but we'll check in with you, I'm sure, again, maybe. But until we see you in a little while, I'm going to take away the Bracken cam right now. Okay, Bracken, goodbye.
Bye.
There you go. All right, awesome to have Bracken in this show as always. Like I said, we're going to be playing a game. It's going to be coming up real soon, but before that, we're going to get into the thing that we always talk about before we get into the main show, and that is, in fact, well, it's going to be me saying hello to everyone in the chat. What's going on, guys, in the chat? We have Justin here, we have Rose F. Death here, we have Raul here, we have Cameron here. Cameron has a bunch of bowls, by the way, because he kicked my butt in Smash Brothers, if you guys didn't see that.
That was devastating. I thought you had more game than that, Matt. That was hard to watch.
It was humiliating. It was tough. It was hard to do. But you know what? I hope a lot of people want a lot of bowls based upon that. We have a lot of fun stuff going on all the time with our Wednesday show. It's every Wednesday. The Gamecast Friday is technical difficulties. Lots of fun stuff to do here on the AM Hookah channel here on YouTube, obviously. Jumping into the show, though, let's talk about what it is that we're smoking at the moment, because this is the hookah show. Adrian, what are you smoking at the moment?
Shocker, shocker, shocker. I was going through my hookah locker and realized I don't know what I want to smoke. So me and the roomie just picked up another kilo of Alfacher Double Apple. Guess what I packed in this Hookah John Harmony White Gauge bowl?
What'd you pack?
Double Apple.
Oh, that's what it was, of course. Okay.
And then if you don't know what the setup is, it's a matte pair, all white. My favorite setup that I currently own. Absolutely gorgeous. Russia.
Yes, it is. And as always, what we are smoking is brought to you by the wonderful people over at Prestige Bubbles Coconut Charcoal, the proud sponsor of the AM Hookah Podcast. We love these coals. We appreciate them. That's what we're using right now. They do a fantastic job. They are some of the best coals on the entire market, in my honest opinion. I absolutely love these things, and the show AM Hookah Podcast is brought to you thanks to the guys over at Prestige Bubbles. If you go down to the description right now, you can find an affiliate link to Amazon. You can buy yourself some bowls, and you can help out the show a little bit as well. We'd really appreciate that. If you're already looking for some coals, that's a great way to get a really good coal and help support the show as well. We really appreciate it, as always. Frank, what about you? What are you smoking at the moment?
Right now, I don't have a hookah set next to me, but I have my bowl packed. So right after we do this live, I'm going to smoke it. But in the bowl, it's all packed. I have an jroc, tangerine sour grape with some ephemeral mint, and also some ugly Sergeant Huckleberry. So it's been my jam mixing tangiers with some of the blonde leaves.
I have not ever had Sergeant Huckleberry. What should I expect if I ever try it?
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Fruit,
really good.
berries, I would say. It's a little bit tart on the aftertaste. So, and it works well with the sour grape because tangerine sour grape has sort of that tartness as well, but it's more subdued. It has more of a earthy tone up front for me. So the balance is nice.
You know what Huckleberry's always reminded me of from Ugly is the what I always want a blueberry flavor to actually taste like, with that kind of a more natural tart note on the aftertaste. I always miss that from most of the blueberry flavors.
Yeah, I wish most berry flavors in general had that tartness, and I think it's missing from a lot. And I don't know how they do it, but it's one thing that I miss from even some flavors like lime. I wish they had like a tart note to it. And it's refreshing with Sergeant Huckleberry.
Are you a fan of trifecta dark leaf lime at all, Frank?
I have a couple of flavors I like. Lavender mint is something that I like. Morning Glory is another flavor that I like from them. I'm primarily a blonde smoker, but I do have a scattering of dark flavors that I do dip into.
Very nice. All right, very cool, very cool. So the next thing I wanted to do real quick is we had a question that came up on our video last week when we ended the show. They left us a question that I thought would be really good to answer. If you guys have any questions after the show is all over, feel free to drop a comment down below and we can get them on the next episode. This question was brought to us from Claude. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, so apologies if you're here and you would like to give me a phonic way to say it. Let me do that, and that would be great. But the question was just wondering, what flavors do you recommend to get in my first haul? So I wanted to break this down real quick and see if we could all offer maybe one or two flavors to offer him. Say, hey, if you're looking for something in your very first haul, if you're ordering online, what direction should he be looking into? What do you think, Frank? What are some good starter flavors that you should get into?
Yeah, I would say, let's just go off the top. If I say, if he wants to do something savory and like sweet, like almost like a dessert flavor, I would go with lemon muffin from Azor. That's a good starter. If he wants to go somewhere minty, or would say peppermint shake from Trifecta.
Yes.
If he wants to go somewhat fruity, there's a toss up there, but I love passion fruit from Alpha Comma, or orange mint. They're my jam for that. So I would say those set of flavors are a good starter.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm actually smoking some passion fruit from Alpha Comma right now. I didn't even say what I was smoking. I pulled out my Carbon 1 because it's been so long since I've used it with my Goodfella. And I'm actually smoking some passion fruit mixed with some ice apple and ice pear as well. All those flavors I highly recommend. I think they're delicious for many reasons. The pear is really good because it actually tastes like a juicy pear. The ice apple is like a single apple note. It's not like that anise flavor, so it's really good, especially with mixing. And then the passion fruit is a really, really sweet flavor. So if you're looking for sweet flavors, definitely something like passion fruit from Alpha Comma is absolutely fantastic. Adrian, what about yourself? What is some flavors that you would recommend for a first haul?
This is his first haul. When I think of a haul, I think of so this is his first haul. I'm imagining this must be like either a newer hookah smoker or someone that's getting into like having a lot of stuff in their rotation at once. So I would look at like the $100 price point as being like a good haul. So if I had to build a haul, and this is just tobacco, right? Not like any equipment or anything, just straight up molasses tobacco products, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say that you need some type of a mint, and if you want to experiment a little bit, I would build it like this. If you consider that a lot of places do free shipping at $100, I would just aim to go somewhere that does that if you can. If not, you may end up spending 120. I would go with a solid mint, and I think peppermint shake really fits that bill quite well right now. I think a lot of people are talking about peppermint shake. It's a good flavor. I hear a lot of people who used to really love cane mint have moved over to that, and I think that says something because peppermint shake is definitely a washed blonde leaf, so that's awesome. Then I would go with some type of a citrus flavor, and I would either go Messiah lemon mint or Alpha Kama lemon mint. Either one's fine. The Messiah is going to be a little bit more price effective, but I think Alpha Kama's is just a better quality tobacco. And that's going to put you up at somewhere around $35. And then you absolutely need to get yourself something sickening sweet. And I would go to Azure. You can get this in dark or blonde. I would get it in dark, but you can get it in blonde. I get Unicorn, which is a melon spearmint, but it comes across as this candy melon to me. And I would grab that, and that's going to put you at about $35, so $55. And then you need double apple. If you don't smoke double apple, everyone has to try it. Alfakar double apple. That'll bring you up to about $70. That leaves you with about $15 to spend. At that point, I would start looking at 50-gram packages of assorted flavors. I would go ahead and looking at Alpha Kama, get their passion fruit mango freeze. Is that the one?
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
grapefruit freeze. And round it out with some of the more classic flavors that people smoke a lot of, just maybe some Alfakar flavors, like Alfakar orange is pretty old school. Alfakar blueberry is pretty old school. And I know we were talking about it, but if you don't want to do the bunch of 50-gram stuff, try Ugly Sergeant Huckleberry. I wasn't going to say that, but we were having that conversation with Frank. It's a really good flavor. That's what I would do.
That's pretty fantastic. Adrian really did work out your entire cart right there. So if you want to know what you should get inside your basket, I would just start that over and just get exactly what he said. If you want to experiment into dark leaves, the only other two that I'm going to suggest is from Tangier's Static Starlight, which is a rose grape flavor, and then also Ultraviolet from Azor, because it is once again this floral citrus rose flavor with some berry in it. It's just a really, really good mix. It offers a lot of complexity if you're looking to get into something a little bit more experimental and a little bit different, obviously, as well.
If you're from the southern states and you like Ruby Red Squirt, Pink Grapefruit from Tangier's is also a really solid pick. Matt, I never put that together until I heard you say that Pink Grapefruit tastes like Ruby Red Squirt. I used to live in North Carolina. There's a lot of that there.
Oh, I love it.
And that's exactly the flavor profile. So
absolutely fantastic. I love that flavor. So this is a question real quick from Kyle Smith directed directly to Adrian right here. It says, Adrian, how do you tame those luscious locks? I'm starting to get to your level, and I just now want to look like you. How do you control so much hair?
I'd love to just say something really trolly like, it's genetics. I just look that good all the time. But actually, I've kept long hair since middle school. And I had it short for a while a couple of years ago, but I keep it long for the most part. And what I do is I take cold showers. That's the first thing. And a lot of people can't get over that hump, but I take cold showers. And that helps your hair not get destroyed. I use a 2-in-1 conditioner soap. That's not what matters. Don't wash your hair every time you're in the shower. I would wash it like every other shower. Most of us guys shower every other day. Some people who have super professional jobs, they need to look on fleek all the time, may shower every morning. The natural oils in your hair are what make it look good. So if you want to be like Frank and put a bunch of product in your hair,
that's what I was
I'm
going
sure
to ask
there's a
next.
totally different regimen.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the long locks thing, I'm on day 2 of not washing my hair, and it's not brushed, but it's not too bad.
Claude is actually in the chat right now. He says, what about Fumari? Tried their lemon mint at a lounge and loved it. What other Fumari flavors are really good? Frank, do you have a favorite Fumari flavor?
For Fumari, when I go to Fumari, I go typically for their savory and sweet flavors. Again, almost like a Azor. Blueberry muffin is one I go with. Or, I think that's probably my main flavor I go with them for. Or the chai is really good. I like that one.
Oh, their chai is probably one of my favorite Fumari flavors, if I'm being honest. It's really
mint
good.
chocolate chill is where I have to go to every single time. One of the best chocolate mints there is in the whole world.
You just remind me. Yeah, mint
Ambrosia. Ambrosia is not bad either. If you want a candied lemon, melon, not lemon.
Yeah.
My wife just said, I need this advice. I hate hair. I wish I could be bald. That's a true statement. My wife wants to just be bald. She has told me that. She's tried to. I've stopped her. I've stopped her from being bald. I've asked her not to. No joke. All right, let's move on with this show before we get any more out of control. Let's talk about any new videos or reviews that we may have out. Adrian, do you have any new videos or reviews that you have coming out in the near future?
I have one that just came out.
Oh, yeah? What's it about?
It's about the Cheapest hookah on Amazon.
That's fantastic. If you guys haven't seen this video, you have to go and check it out right now. It's absolutely fantastic.
Not right now, though. Stay here.
No, I don't
Watch
even
it
know.
after
It's
the
pretty
podcast.
good. It's really, really good.
I worked on it pretty hard. It's humor based. There's going to be no actual value for the people here because we all know what to buy and what to smoke. It's more of a PSA for new smokers, but I think there's some humor value. So if you want to like laugh at my poor editing skills, go check it out.
It's fantastic. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go do that. Frank, you guys have the Hookah Lounge YouTube channel. What goes on over at the Hookah Lounge YouTube channel? If you could give us a quick rundown.
We have 3 shows that we produce on a weekly and bi-weekly basis. We have State of Smoke that goes every Thursday, and then we have 2 other shows that are in our rotation. This Friday we have this Friday. It's the 15th. Or is it Saturday? Payday Podcast that's run by Eddie Trulio and Tommy Ippolito.
You can't even say your own co-host's last name. What's up with this, Frank?
This is the second time. All right. I'm sorry, Tommy. All right. So that show happens on what day is that? Saturday, the 15th. So that's happening there. We have another show called Into the Valhalla, which is completely unhookah related, and it's just sort of deep dive into history, into Norse mythology, and we're going to start rescheduling that, and that's going to start running prior to State of the Smoke starting next week. Oh. So that's going to be from 10 to 11, and then from 11 to 12 will be State of the Smoke.
Oh, okay.
So,
interesting. That's kind of a neat change to the schedule. And then I heard rumors that you were going to start doing a couple other shows. Do you want to break any news here at the moment, or are you keeping those under wraps still for right now?
we do have another show that we have that we're starting on April 2nd, and that's called The Influencers. And it's sort of just a coup de grace to people that really pioneer things in this industry, that led the way for other people to make their way and to give them ideas and to spawn a industry or a sector of the industry that we never really thought of. Our first episode is with Reza from Cloud Lotus, and that's going to be on April 2nd. We sit down with him. We talk to him about how he started, what made him think of doing the Cloud Lotus, and what are their future plans for Cloud. And it's going to be probably every other week where we do a new episode and we release it. And, I'll release who's going to be the next one after that episode on that Monday.
Oh, very cool. We'll look forward to seeing that. That'll be a lot of fun, obviously. I just have a bunch of reruns getting put on my channel at the moment, stuff that we have going on from different clips that are happening on the AM Hookah channel, basically. So if you're interested in seeing some funny, breakout moments and stuff like that, I have those kind of going up on my channel. I do have some stuff that I want to work on coming up in the future, just haven't had the opportunity to do it as of right now, sadly. Yes, Adrian.
Anyone who caught technical difficulties last Friday, not Matt, obviously, because Matt is not interested in my content.
I was traveling.
Whatever. All of you guys probably have seen my next 2 videos already. I tried this thing where I was like, hey, so I did basically my Tangier's pack method on Matt's suggestion, because we had a bit of a conversation about pack methods that needs to be extended into another episode, obviously. But so I did the Tangier's pack, and by the chat basically made the decision. I said, I'll review this right now, because I did the pack method. That's going up on my YouTube channel. And then I did a full review in Pipe Dream Hookah style live, and that's going to go up too.
Awesome. So that's why you were wearing the glasses at one point, right?
That's exactly why I was wearing the glasses at one point, yes.
I saw bits and pieces, as crazy as that was. I knew something was going on. All right, very, very cool. Let me hop into this and see if we have something going on. Smash that like button. Don't forget, let's give Frank a big old smash to that like button. We'd appreciate it. He would appreciate it. He needs these likes. His hair only gets taller the more that you like it, basically. It extends and continues to grow the more that you like it. So start hitting those like buttons and you'll see it start. I saw it move. I saw it move right there. I swear it just moved. It tingled. It tingled a little bit. All right. Are you guys ready to start this show? Are you guys ready to get into what is going to be the most ambitious thing that we've ever done here on AM Hookah Podcast, the Wheel of Hookah? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I think you're going to like this, Adrian. I really do. I think you're going to like this. Here we go.
Oh, I better like it.
Here we go. Hookah. Yeah.
Was there a cut screen for that?
There sure was. I hope you get a chance to see it. It's pretty fantastic. This is,
I'm
of
seeing
course,
it right now because of our 10-second delay.
This is the Wheel of Hookah.
Your editing skills are second to none, Matthew.
I tried my hardest. Bracken told me it looked fantastic, right, Bracken? You said it was perfect. He said that it was fine to go. That's what he told me. Oh my goodness.
If Bracken clears something, he's the producer. It's cleared.
Yes.
That's how this works.
So this is Wheel of Hookah. It is played exactly like what you're expecting it to play like. This is going to be exactly like Wheel of Fortune, if you've ever seen that before. We have this great thing set up so that the guys are able to see how many letters are going to be involved in it, and then also what the clue is going to be as well. I'm going to throw up their very first one, even though you guys could probably see it at the moment based upon the fact that it's on the screen, but if you can't, that's fine, obviously. We're going to go ahead and jump into this. Oh, oops, I got the wrong one placed. Oh, no, I'm breaking everything.
Look at
Everything is breaking. Everything is breaking. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here we go. We have a wheel. You guys are going to tell me to spin, and then we're going to spin it, and then you're going to guess the letters, and we're going to see what we can do. This first one is called Fast and Furious. That's the name of the first
I'd like
topic.
to guess.
Hold on a second, Adrian. You got to spin the wheel. You got to spin the wheel first. That's how this works. If you want to buy a vowel, each vowel is going to cost you 300 points, just to let you know, 300 points to buy a vowel. And then it's just exactly like it normally is. Adrian and Frank, to figure out who's going to go first, I need you guys to do rock, paper, scissors, and that's going to decide who's going to go first. That's as simple as we're going to do it. So go ahead and play rock, paper, scissors.
So we got to get this right. Is it rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. There we go.
So on shoot will show.
Yes.
Nothing could go wrong here. Let's
Nothing
do it.
at all.
Nothing can go wrong.
Here we go.
Live. Ready,
You call it, Adrian.
All right. Ready, set, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, we got to go again.
Go again.
1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, Frank is going to go
Frank's
first. Frank is going to go first, and Frank, you're going to tell me to go ahead and spin the wheel, and then I'm going to spin it, and I'll tell you how many points it's worth, and then you can start making your guesses as you want to go along with it. So go ahead and say spin, and I'll spin it.
Spin it. All right.
Here we go. What's it going to land on? Oh!
What did it land on?
It landed on 400. 400 is what you have to play with right now. So go ahead and guess whatever letters you want to guess at the moment.
All right. Let's see. Let's do E.
E.
Oh, that's a vowel.
That's a
I
vowel.
have to buy that.
You have no money.
I have no money.
You have no points.
E.
You can't say E.
No, B.
Oh, B. I'm sorry, Frank. There are no B's on this table. There are no B's on this at all. So that means we're going to pass it on over to Adrian.
Oh.
Adrian's going to make his guess right now. Adrian, go ahead and tell me when to spin.
And go ahead, and then you're going to spin.
Matt's a really good looking Vanna White.
Oh, Adrian, you have landed on lose a turn. You have landed on lose a turn.
This is bullshit.
You've lost your turn.
Spin again, Matt.
You've lost your turn. Adrian, or tell me when to spin, Frank.
Spin it right away. Fate is on my side.
Here we go. We're spinning right now. You've already lost a turn. You're right back at 400, it looks like. Yes, 400 is how many points you have to work with. Go ahead and guess another letter.
M?
M is your next guess. Sadly, there are no M's in this puzzle. There are no M's. So we're going right back over to Adrian. Adrian, what is your... tell me when to spin.
Now. Spin it.
All right, it's spinning right now. I have it turned to 10 seconds at the moment. If I need to turn that down, we can do that as well. Adrian, I don't know what's wrong with this, but you have just landed on bankrupt.
This is bullshit.
You have lost all your money. You have nothing else to go on. Frank, you got to go again. Go right ahead. Tell me when to spin.
All right. Spin it again.
Here we go.
He cannot go. He shall not spin and win.
Yo, this is bullshit. You put too many bankrupts on this wheel.
There's two. There's only two. Okay, here we go. You got 500 points to mess with. Come on. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can get this.
Ed?
Huh?
Is there an N?
Is there an N? There is not an N in this.
How am I not getting anything? I'm late.
Yo, Matt, there are 3 bankrupts on this wheel.
There's 3. There's 3. There's 3. And you've hit 1.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Tell me when to spin, Adrian.
Go ahead. You got it.
Spin.
It's spinning right now. I've turned down the volume on it. I think that it may have been a little bit loud. I might turn the wheel down to 5 seconds in just a second if we need to. Oh my gosh, is it?
What just happened?
It just landed on bankrupt again. I don't know how this is happening.
I quit.
Thank God,
quit the podcast.
the fate shined
Bye.
down on me today.
I'm spinning it, Frank. Frank, it's being spun right now. The wheel is
Thank
spinning,
you.
Frank.
There are too many bankrupts on this wheel.
Wow, I can't believe it. I tested this for about 6 times and it never landed
Yeah,
on
you
any
just
of those.
blamed the wheel, Adrian. I'm not
All right.
getting any of them.
100. You have 100 points to make your guess right now, Frank. 100 points.
T? Is there a T?
There's a
Am I-
T. There's a T. Oh my goodness.
My God.
Bracken, I need you to help me keep track of points so I can put it at the end of each round. There's 1 T. There's 1 T. Do you want to try and solve the puzzle or do you want to spin again?
Where did the T go?
The T,
Where
oh,
did it go?
sorry. Yeah, the T is in the second row, second to the last letter. It'll pop up on. Do you have YouTube open at all, Frank?
No, you told me not to look at the chat.
Yeah, don't look at the chat. Look at the screen. Great,
All right,
this
so,
is fantastic.
So the bottom row,
No, middle row.
middle row at the end.
Middle
Second
row.
row,
It's the 3rd letter of the
Right.
2nd word, yeah.
Third letter of the second word. Do you want to spin again or take a guess?
Let's just spin again.
Okay, we're spinning it again. We're spinning it again. We're only going to play this for about, I don't know, maybe 35, 40 minutes in case we need to quit early. You have 700 points to play with. What is your next letter you're wanting to guess?
A.
You want to spend, you don't have enough to buy a vowel. You only have 100 points. You need 300 to
Alright.
buy a vowel.
All right. D.
There's not a D. There is no D.
Okay.
Okay, so Adrian, I'm going to go ahead and spin for you. Ready?
Okay, spin.
You can pick what they get.
Oh my goodness. No way, no way, no way, no way. I'm just kidding. You got 500. You got 500 to make your guess.
500, huh?
500.
Okay. Let me see. Not the letter K. Fuck you.
Okay. What are you going to guess? T. There is, in fact, we already guessed T. That's what Frank guessed.
Oh, shit. Man, this is dumb.
Stop copying my answers.
C?
C. There is C's. There is at least 1, 2
Can we
C's.
maybe have Bracken put into the chat which ones have been used already? That way we could just
Not which ones haven't been used, but
which ones we have used.
Like
T
maybe
and
something
C.
like the format can be like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like zeros for each of the words, and then fill the 0 with the actual letter character in. So we have like a way to see it. Does
That would
make
be
sense?
pretty good. 1, 2, 3, C, 0, space, 1, 2, T, 0, space, C, 1, 2, 3. That's what you have so far. There you go. There was a T. There was 2 C's, so you have 1,000 points. Adrian, what would you like to do with your next turn? Would you
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Okay, which vowel would you like to buy?
I'd like to buy, E.
E. We have 1 E.
There's a
And
bougie over here buying vowels. So
there's only
money
one
vowel.
E. There is only 1 E. And the E comes after the T. The E comes after the T. There you go. Thank you, Bracken. You're doing a
Thanks,
great
Bracken.
job.
Comes after the what word? Man, I'm bad at words.
You can spin it again.
I'd like to buy a vowel. Can I do that twice in a row?
I don't. What are the rules, Bracken? Can they buy 2 vowels in a row? Yes, you can.
Okay. A.
There is 1. There is 1A. There is 1A. And it is in the bottom word, second to the last.
What words are these? Are these words?
These are actual words.
Are these shit? These are words?
I made sure Bracken checked my spelling. Bracken even checked my spelling.
Wait. Oh no, that doesn't make sense because T's already there.
T's already there. Would you like to spin the wheel?
Do I have to spin? How does the wheel spinning work? Do we do that whenever?
You can either make a guess on the puzzle right now, or you can spin the wheel right now.
Spin the wheel.
Here we go. Wheel is being spun at the moment. Wheel is being spun right now. Think of the letter that you want to guess for your next one, because it can't be you can be a vowel, but no, it can't. You got to guess a real one now. Lose a turn. You've lost your turn. You've lost your turn. Frank, it is your turn now, Frank. You ready to spin?
Just spin away.
Here we go. We're spinning the wheel right now. This is fun. I'm having a great time. I don't know about you guys.
I'm mad.
All right, you have 300 points to work with. What letter do you want to guess, Frank? Or do you want to solve the puzzle?
Can I guess letter H?
The letter, there is no H. There is no H in this.
Okay.
There's no H. Adrian, I'm spinning the wheel for you.
Spin it.
It's being spun. It's spinning around right now. Oh my goodness, you hit bankrupt.
All right. Yeah, tight. Moving on.
Moving on, Frank. It's your turn. Maybe I did have one too many bankrupts on this wheel.
I guess AG was all spending it thrifty with those vowels. Now you're broke. How do you feel?
I'm glad I'm broke. That way, at least I got use out of that money.
I'm glad you're broke because now it makes it easier to track the points. 200 points, Frank. What's the next letter you want to guess?
I never get a problem. F.
There is absolutely no Fs. There are no Fs.
My
on
God,
this.
every letter I choose does not show up.
Spinning the wheel for you, Adrian, right now. The wheel is spinning at the moment. We'll see exactly what it is that you get to play with on this next turn. And your points are 300. It's closer. I know it says bankrupt, but for some reason it looks like it's on 300. I'm going to give you 300 points because that was a weird spin. I'm going to give you 300 points. So go ahead and make your guess.
M as in Mario?
I'm changing this wheel up to... I'm getting rid of one of those bankrupts. M. There is no M's. There are no M's in this at all. There's no M's, and we're going back. Here you go, Frank. I'm spinning it for you at the moment. Let's see how many points you get to work with on this next turn for yourself. It looks like you get 200 points to work with. 200
Where's
points.
Frank's bankrupts?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's fucking rigged. You're supposed to rig it in my favor.
I had no rigging in any favor at all. I don't even know what I'm doing.
A O?
There is an O. There O is a fucking vowel. You can't guess O. You have 100 points.
Is there an L?
There is an L. There's one, two.
Do I have a?
There are two L's. And
Okay.
check your chat because I think this might have helped you a little bit. What about the hints? There's no hints. They have their hint setting in front of them called Fast and the Furious. Bracken, can you type that out? I think he's doing it right now. Take a look at that. That's what you have so far. You can buy a vowel now. You have 300 points.
Let me buy a vowel.
What vowel you want to buy?
I want to buy O.
Okay, you can buy the freaking O. There is one O. You have a word that's been brought to you. Coal is the last word in this. There is one O.
Here we go. We got one word. Coal.
We have one word, coal. Would you like to spin the wheel?
Yep, let's spin it.
Okay, we're spinning it for Frank right now. Spinning it for Frank. See what it lands on so we can start making weird guesses again. Don't guess Z. Please, for the love of God, don't guess a Z. You have 400 points to work with, Frank. 400 points.
How many points do I have total so far?
So how many points you have total? You just spent your 300, so you have 0 points.
Okay, I love that. Q?
Q. You have a Q right now? There's one Q at the beginning of the entire word.
Yeah, I'm going to keep spinning until I sell the whole word so I get a lot of money.
Do it.
No, I know what it is.
If you do that, you might hit bankrupt. You might hit bankrupt. That's all I'm saying. So do what you want. Do what you want, Frank. Spin it.
Yeah, let's spin it again.
Okay, everybody root for bankrupt. Or lose a turn. Oh, you lost your turn.
No!
You've lost your turn, Adrian. You have to spin it one time. You have to spin it one time, Adrian. Let's see what it lands on for you, and then you can do whatever it is you want to do. You can make letters. You can guess the word. You got 300 points. 300 points. What do you want to do? You want to guess the puzzle?
I want to guess the puzzle.
What?
Quick, like coal.
Quick Light Coal is correct. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Fast and
Like
Furious. It is Quick Light Coal. That is the very first
Frank
one.
got greedy
I
and
did
he paid for it.
Yes.
Fucking hair, boy.
Oh my goodness.
I was tired of not being able to buy vowels.
The points for solving the puzzle is whatever the point value was that you land on. So you get 300 points for solving the puzzle because it just counts as a single turn. So if you don't mind, Bracken, please give me their points, and I will write that up on this next cue card that we have set up for the next one that we're going to be doing. This is the title for this one is Hookah 101. Adrian, looks like you have 600 points, and Frank, you have 0 points.
That adds up. That's
So-
my math too.
Let me put this in here real fast, and I will get you situated with the amount of points that you have. Let me write down 600 real quick. 600 points. 600 points right there. I got to change the color from white to black. And we're done. There you go. You got 600 right there for you. And then let me give you 100 points, or 0 points. Mr. Frank, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing great. You're doing absolutely fantastic.
I know.
Don't let
I
anybody
feel
tell you
awesome.
anything different, okay? 0 points. All right. So, Adrian, you won on the last one, so you're going to get a spin on this first one. So tell me when to spin for you.
Spin.
All right, we're spinning right now. The
All
points
right,
carry
lose a turn.
over.
Passing to Frank.
Everybody has 0 points at the moment. It just adds up to the very end. 300 points is what you have to work with on this very first one for Hookah 101. Hookah 101. And your one that I sent you looks slightly different. These ones do not count that are on the edges of the board that you guys are seeing right now. I thought this got fixed. It did not. I must have picked the wrong one for some reason. But the one that you guys are seeing is fine for you guys.
Okay. Huh.
So take a look at that and tell me the letter that you want to use.
Give me a C.
Give you a C? Oh, hold on. I just screwed everything up.
Matt, you have one job right now.
I do, and I messed it up. I fixed it real quick. Okay, a C. Let me see if there are any C's in this one. There is no C's on this one. There are no C's on this. Frank,
Sweet.
spinning the wheel for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm here for, to help out.
Thank you.
You have 500 points.
Is there an N?
There is one N.
Okay.
You have 500 points.
Awesome. Let's spin again.
Okay, we're spinning the wheel again. There is an N directly in the center of it on the first word.
Okay.
500 points again.
L?
There is one L. There's one L still in that first word. Bracken, if you could type out that first word the way that it looks. Would you like to wait for that, or would you like to spin the wheel again?
So it's L blank blank N.
It's blank blank N blank L blank blank, and then
Okay.
blank 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 blank.
Yeah, I got it. Spin.
Keep spinning that wheel. Yeah. I like it.
100 points. 100 points for your next letter.
All right, I'm gonna buy a vowel. Let's do A.
A. There is one A. There is only one A. There is only one A.
Oh my God, that was the most expensive A in the world.
And it's in the second word. Would you like to spin again?
Yes.
Okay,
Let's keep
spinning the
spinning.
wheel. Wheel of Hookah! 700
Stop
points.
that.
700 points on this next one.
Okay. So we have an N, L, A. Let's go. What did Adrian say before?
Adrian said something. I don't remember.
C.
He said C.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. T.
There's no T.
No, that was $700.
700 down the drain.
My God.
Adrian, I'm spinning for you right now.
You used that money.
And your letter that you're going to be using right now is going to be, oh my goodness, 100. No, it says bankrupt, but I'm going to give you the 100 because it looked like it fell over on the 100.
No. We played this game correctly.
It says bankrupt.
Tight.
You didn't have any points this round anyways. You're fine. All right, Frank, I'm spinning the wheel for you. Oh my goodness. I even took away one of the bankrupts. I did.
Uh-huh.
Jeez. 500, 100 points, Frank. 100 points.
Captain Wetbeard's in the background controlling the wheel.
Is there a D?
There is 1D.
That was my guess, too.
There's 2 Ds.
I think I know where the D goes.
There are 2 Ds.
Double D.
Double D.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
When Frank guessed the letter T, as in turtle,
Yes.
is there not a T in this word?
There is not a T. If you look at the new system that we have worked up, it's different. I had to get rid of the ending 2 words and change it up a little bit.
Cool. I don't know what the word is. Great.
It's the same word. It's the same word.
They're like blanks. We don't get to have those pop up.
I know exactly what it is now. Perfect.
Yes.
I'm curious. Is there on ours is black
Yeah.
boxes? So there's only 2 letters for the last word?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Everybody's saying Wheel of Hookah in the chat. Can you play the Wheel of Hookah bumper again? I'll play it after this round.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Stop requesting the bumpers.
Somebody did.
all right, let's
Chat, what the fuck?
What's your letter?
did I spin already?
Yeah, you spun. You got 100 to work with.
Oh, okay. D, A, N, L, D, T, and C. Let's go with M.
An M. There are no M's on this puzzle. There are no M's on this puzzle.
Fun.
Yes. Adrian, I'm spinning for you right now.
Yeah.
The wheel has been spun. It is spinning around. Let's see what it lands on. Hopefully something good for you.
Bankrupt!
No way. No way. It's 500. 500.
Tight. Man. Give me an R.
An R. I will give you 1 R and 2 R's.
How many points was that worth?
That was worth 500 a piece, so 1,000. Would you like to spin or solve the puzzle?
Let's see here. Let me figure out where the R's are. It's got to come up in chat real quick. Dun 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 da da dun 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 dun
He knows where
dun
it's at.
dun. Ba-da-da-da-da. Copyright infringement. Dun, dun,
R is the
dun.
very first one, and R is also in the second word on the second part of it. Second letter. There you go.
All right, give me an S.
You got to spin it to get another letter.
Oh, that's right.
You want to spin it or you want to solve it?
Oh, man. I know the first 2 words.
Y is not a vowel, Captain Wetbeard.
A, E, I, U, and sometimes Y. Y is sometimes a vowel, but I don't think it qualifies as a vowel in this game.
It will not.
So I have to do I have to spin the wheel to buy a vowel?
No, you can buy a vowel.
How many points do I have?
I don't know. How many points does he have, Bracken?
1,000, right?
There's 1,000.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
E.
There is 1 E. There's 1 E, and it comes right after the first R. R-E blank N blank L-D blank space blank R-A blank space blank D.
Okay, question.
Yes.
These blacked out letters, they just don't
They don't count. They
Count,
don't exist.
right?
Yeah.
They don't count, yeah.
So it's literally Reynolds Wrap HD.
Yes, it is. Congratulations,
Okay, got it.
Adrian. You have won the puzzle. You're scoring yourself another 500 points. Congratulations.
I was like heavy duty, but I'm like heavy's a 5-letter word.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
messed
just
up my
HD.
count. I messed up a count.
So
Here's,
he had 1,000 and he bought a vowel,
yes.
There you go.
and then he solved it.
So
Is
he gets
that 1,000 minus 300 plus?
Yeah, it
500?
is. I should have just
Yes.
solved it, but I was gonna say Reynolds Wrap Heavy Duty because I didn't fully understand the blacked out letters.
So it's
1500. That was my
1500.
mistake.
It's 1500 minus 300, which is 1200.
Yes.
Yep.
1200 plus the 600 that you have is a total of 1800.
Frank got 200 points that round.
Congratulations, Frank. You're up to 200 points. We're gonna play the splash real quick. Hookah. There you go. Everyone's favorite splash. This clue that you're getting for this one is Frank's favorite. This will probably be the last round that we do, by the way. This is probably going to be the last round that we do because it seemed to be so crazy before and we're running out of time and I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to talk to our good friend Frank. So this may be the last one that we do. So be prepared for that.
Who's first? Me? Because I won?
Yes, it is you that is going to be going first because you won. And
Spin.
I'm spinning the wheel for you. Okay, it looks like you have 200 points to work with on this one.
Huh. Frank's favorite. Frank is Frank, though.
Frank is Frank.
The
points are being displayed that you had from the last two rounds. Adrian, you're up to 1,800. Frank, you're up to 200. You got to make up some ground, probably.
Probably.
Can I have an F?
Can you have an F? Let's see. You cannot have an F. There is no F.
Shit.
Frank, I'm spinning the wheel for you.
It can't be what I think it is.
Solve the puzzle, Frank.
No, I need points, Adrian. I need points.
100 points.
100.
100 points is what you have to work with.
Oh my god, it's horrible. Okay, give me a P.
There's no P.
No!
No P. Spinning the wheel for you, Adrian.
Oh my goodness.
I take back all the great things I thought about this game idea. 500 points.
Me too.
500 points, Adrian.
C?
There is a C. And the very first letter spot is C.
How many points do I have right now?
1,800.
I'd like to... How many can I use to buy shit?
You can use as many until... Or you only have 500 on this round, so you can buy one vowel, basically.
Huh. What was my first guess? Do you remember?
C. Oh, your very first
one
one?
Before this.
I don't remember. P? I don't know.
L?
L, maybe? I don't know.
Spin the wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
I'm mad.
400 points. 400 points what you got to work with.
Give me an L.
An L. There is no L. There is no
I'm
L.
mad. All right.
Your turn, Frank. I'm spinning the wheel for you right now.
So there's 4 letters on top and 4 on the bottom, right?
4 that have yet to be guessed on the top, but there's 5 total on top.
Okay, we only see 4. I mean, that's why we're getting confused.
Oh, there's 5.
Okay.
Oh, I put an extra one by mistake.
Matt, there's only 4 letters in the first word.
There's only 4 letters in the first one. I messed that up. God darn it!
Matthew, what the hell?
Oh, what a waste of time.
The production quality.
Correction.
Shit.
It is a 4-letter word starting
letter.
with the letter C.
Starting with the letter C. 4-letter word starting with the letter C.
Check the chat. I have an accurate depiction.
Accurate in the chat. And you just hit bankrupt, Frank, so you don't get to go to this turn. So,
Hey, this is all coming down to the end.
it is Adrian's turn. I'm spinning it right now. Bracken, why'd you okay this idea?
I'm not going to say anything.
200 points, Adrian.
You
You have 500. You can.
I'm going to buy a vowel, and I'd like it to be A.
It is A. There is one A there, and that's it.
Is it after the C?
It's after the C.
Spin the wheel.
Wheel's being spun. The wheel is being spun right now. Wheel is spinning. Wheel of Hookah. The Wheel of Hookah is being spun.
Matt, should we give them a hint?
No, the Frank's favorite is a pretty good hint. 100 points, Adrian.
I'd like to guess that this is Frank the Tank and it's cane mint.
That is correct. It is cane mint. Congratulations.
Okay, cool.
Cane mint is correct. You have won this puzzle. You have won this puzzle. You have won.
I was assuming it was Frank Cthulhu.
That's
I just
what we were
realized it was more
hoping.
than one Frank.
That is what we were hoping. What you would think, basically. That is probably going to wrap it up for this.
I win.
Game. You won, Adrian. You won. What did you win, Adrian? You won. Hookah.
All right, turn that shit off right now.
Congratulations.
This is the first time we've won anything.
Congratulations, you won this beautiful trophy that I have in right now, right here. You see it in a minute on your window.
Hold on.
You've won
If
this.
Devin and Derek Moses get a physical trophy.
If I see you, I'll give you a physical trophy. I'll
Okay,
make
deal.
your day. I'll give you a physical trophy. Well, that was a blast, guys. How much did you guys in the chat just absolutely love that fantastic game of Wheel of Hookah? That was probably the best thing we've... Bracken, you told me that there's no way that this idea could fail, right? You told me that, Bracken. I swear you did. Why are you being so quiet, Bracken? Why he's too quiet. All right, well, that's going to end it for the game.
I wouldn't say that it failed, Matt.
It was something.
I had fun. Frank, did you have fun?
I had lots of fun.
Don't ask Adrian.
Adrian, did you have fun?
Don't ask Adrian.
I won. Of course I had fun.
I think it was a success.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a blast. I had a good time. Thank you so much for participating in that mockery of Wheel of Fortune becoming Wheel of Hookah. Let's go ahead and get into the mainstay of the show this time, which is an interview with Mr. Frank Cefalu. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm going to stop trying right now. But let's go ahead and get into this. Adrian, do you have the notes up?
Yeah, let me pull them up. I just want to take this moment to say, I think we need more R&D in these games.
We worked through this, but it turns out it was a terrible idea, is what happened.
What happened is we need more R&D. We had letters there that weren't there. We had words that weren't the right length. There needed to be better R&D.
How about Jeopardy next time?
I don't know about Jeopardy. I'm done with all games at this point.
No, these are fun. Shut the... Look, we're dying for content. We have stretched this out as far as we can.
You get the next game, Adrian. I've got the last three. You get the next one.
Oh, Bracken and I will go into the tank, and we will come up with a game for you.
I'm ready for this. You guys get the next game for sure. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this first interview question, Frank. I want you to give us a rundown. Who is Frank? Who are you exactly? Give us the cliff notes of who Frank is.
Yeah, I mean, in this community, I am a community leader over at THL. That's probably how everybody else knows me. But outside of this world and what I do in my real life, outside of the hookah world, I have a plethora of responsibilities. One is I run and manage a medieval store. That's literally the name of it. So we sell medieval weapons, armor, all that fun, geeky, nerdy stuff. And then on the other side, I run a game development shop and we make video games. So that's Frank in a nutshell. Then the downtime to relax, I do THL.
Very cool, very cool. You run a video game development studio. That is super cool. When I come to New York City and hang out at the gala with you, I really want to spend some time getting to know you as a person because I feel like you're this man of mystery in so many ways, and I want to find out some more interesting facts about you. And I just think it's so interesting some of the things that I've heard about you, such as like the medieval store, for instance. That's very cool, obviously. But yeah, Adrian, what's the next question we got for him?
The next question is, Frank, how long have you been smoking hookah?
I would say I got into hookah in 2003, and that was with a cheap hookah from a gas station. And then I would say I got my first Maya pipe from hookahshisha.com back in 2004, and then I came in 2006. And then, had a dry spell, got into cigars a little bit, and then came back to it 2012, 2013. And then I would say I entered the communities around 2016.
Very cool, very cool. It sounds like you had kind of an interesting trajectory around the whole thing through the time that you've been smoking. What are some of the things that you've really enjoyed and seen and gone and all that kind of stuff? Like, what's been your cliff notes of what's happened in the overall time that you've been smoking?
I would say I've enjoyed the fact that things have evolved. Whether it's with hookah flavors and flavorings and how they approach tobacco, to how they're making devices for HMDs, to how hookahs have evolved from these heavy metal pieces that you would put on the floor and hope it doesn't tip over, to something that's light and made of high grade, sometimes airplane aluminum or steel, and now we're getting to a phase where hookahs are now costing as low as $50 for a well-functioning piece. So it's an interesting time. We're also moving towards, I feel, more of a personalized future where everybody wants to personalize their setup and to make it really theirs. And I think it's a really exciting period to be in, because that's where we go from being in just this very industrial corporate environment where they're trying to make hookahs for profit, and we start entering a realm where people are now buying things not for the cost of it being cheap or being affordable, but purposely spending money to accessorize their setup and to make it really uniquely theirs. And once you enter that really specific realm, I feel like that's when we can start approaching expanding the community, because there's really cool, interesting pieces there that you could talk about, show off, and really, I would say, Instagram worthy shots where even the vapors would go, wow, that's cool.
Very nice, very nice. What got you into all of this smoking stuff? And we heard that you started in 2003. You bought a cheap gas station hookah, but what made you go and get a cheap gas station hookah?
I think it's probably just like most people in this room. I went to a lounge and hung out there, and I enjoyed smoking. My first flavor was Double Apple by Alfacher, and I decided, this would be cool to do at home and take the edge off from work. And at the time, when I started smoking hookah, I was working for a large advertising company, and my hours were really crazy, between 60 to 70 hours a week on average. So my time to actually go to a physical lounge was very limited and restrained. So, I found hookah to be very comforting and therapeutic just to set up. So it was a great outlet for me to take a break from what I was doing, do this activity, and sometimes even do it while I'm working. So it feels like I'm giving back to myself, even though I have this strenuous schedule where I don't really have time for much else.
Absolutely. Well, next question. This is a good one because we talk about the pseudo partnership that we over here at the AM Hookah Podcast and you guys over at THL have engaged in, kind of holding hands, doing stuff together a little bit. But why THL? Why did it start? What was the inspiration? What made you decide to pull the trigger? I'm actually interested in this because I've heard fragments of it, but I've never heard a candid kind of one-on-one explanation from the guy who started it all.
Yeah, I mean, when I started THL, I originally only wanted it to be 50 people. And, that came from the fact I was just fed up with the group culture at the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if you guys were around back then, where basically it was just one group versus another group. And they were just at odds with one another, and everyone was just fighting, and it was not really a really big positive outlook towards a really holistic community. And I would say around that time that I started THL, there was another group that started up, which is DHG, that hookah group, and they started up the same time we did. And in fact, I think they were doing better than us at the time. But I stuck to the principle that we wanted to make a group where the politics were left at the door, because at that time it was so toxic of an environment that we didn't even want to talk about it or have it mentioned what was going on. And I'm not going to bring up here and rehash what was going on then, but to say the least, I think it caught on. People liked that mentality of a hookah group existing in that fashion, because at the time it was very politicalized between all the groups, and there was pretty much just fighting. There was just like a war, and everybody saw it, and you had to choose a side. And I got tired of the sides. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make THL." And for 1 year, we had the leaders of HJCOF and HU in THL. I'm not sure a lot of people know that, but there was a time where they coexisted in there at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And, it was a place where at that time that was bizarre to happen because it was such a polarized environment. But, I think we stuck to our convictions then. And now we fast forward 3 years and here we are today. And, the group has thousands of members. We are trying to get into more and different things. I remember the first thing we did in DHL was we did a Stone Bowl giveaway for one of Brandon George's Stone Bowls that we bought. We didn't get it. It wasn't given to us. We bought it. We're like, hey, we're going to do a Stone Bowl giveaway. That was the first giveaway we did. It was a lot of fun. I would say now it's still fun, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, just making sure the wheels keep turning while you try to do the bigger vision. So, and that's where a lot of the mod team comes in and helps out with, which is keeping the cogs running while we try to accomplish the bigger stuff we're trying to do.
Yeah. What do you think THL has turned into compared to when it first started? Like what kind? I think that a lot of people would say in the very beginning of THL, it kind of felt like I've heard a couple of friends say this. It was a troll group at one time, which I think they were trolling a little bit as well, but it was very much this kind of like tongue-in-cheek type atmosphere. Like what has changed about THL and why doesn't it quite feel that same way so much anymore?
I would say the one thing that I had to learn, and there's no manual on this stuff to teach you how to run a large hookah group, but it's sort of just learned. And the one thing I learned from the beginning to now is that we just have to be a lot more cognizant of what we say, because the words that we saying that come out of our mouth have a lot more weight and levity to them. And you have to remember, we came from an environment where we were just members before, so we had to speak loudly just to be heard up the chain. But now it's in reverse, where now we're at the top of the chain. We have to remember that, and that the words that come out of our mouth have a lot more weight to them, and they can have more impact. And so, when we had situations where we wanted to address something to the community where we thought we were doing a public service, not everybody saw it as a public service. Some people saw it as drama and trolling. So, since then, we have taken those sort of discussions and attributions offline. That's probably one of the biggest things that I've learned, and conflict resolution happens more behind the scenes, a lot of people don't see, rather than directly on THL. Just because it's stuff that we've learned that just sometimes works better. And I think that mentality of let's blow this up on this page has passed over the past couple months, and now we're trying to do things in more of a finesse approach, I would say.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Do you have the chat open as well, Adrian, with the questions that we're receiving?
I do. Do you want to do those after?
Yeah, we can. That'd be fine. You want to get the next
I
one
think
up?
that would be the best way. And actually, Matt, why don't you ask this next question, because I feel like I don't fully understand it, and I believe that you typed it in.
Okay.
So why don't you handle that one?
Yeah, sure. What do you think of, as a group owner, as somebody that's in charge of a very large group, especially there on Facebook and stuff, what's your opinion of Facebook versus other social media platforms? Take it as like Instagram or Twitter or even like Google Plus, which I think might actually be dead, so forget I said that one. But all these different social media groups pop up, and they happen all the time, obviously. Like, why Facebook has still been that thing that's used so very often? Why not go towards a forum type approach or anything like that? Like, what is your opinion of Facebook versus the other social media platforms?
I would say Facebook. So it's interesting, right? Because I think Facebook right now has a very specific age group it works with. I think, and that happens just to coincide with the age group that we have in our groups. And you would see that. You don't see many sub 24-year-olds on the boards that much anymore. And it's even rarer to see someone that's under 21, 18 to 21. And that's a there's a reason for that. It's just Facebook in general. But for us, it works out because we have a lot of people that are in that 30 plus, 25 to 35 category, and that just works. Not for us, but the vendors. But why Facebook and not why a message board? I just think, message boards had their time and place, and they have faded into the past. And that's not a mechanism of hookah. That's just a mechanism of communication. And, when the advent of social media came about, it was all about being on the pulse and be able to get that immediacy of a response from somebody. So whether, just look at the way Reddit works. I would say that's more of a message board replacement. That's more of equivalent than Facebook. But going back to Facebook, I always ask myself if Facebook is actually a good medium for hookah discussion. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Half the time, you have to hope that if I wanted to reach out and tell my members or tell people in my community about something, or if you guys want to post a video and get it out to the masses, you have to hope people see it before it goes further down their timeline. And it's just that immediacy that you need in order for something to work well. And otherwise you have to keep spamming the same stuff over and over and over to make sure it shows up higher in their timeline. For me, makes it a poor experience as a group moderator or admin, because it's hard for me to communicate with people that matter most to me. People always ask me, what about these other social media platforms? I would say probably the other one is Instagram. And, Instagram is a great way if you want to try to get eyes on yourself if you're able to build it up appropriately. It takes time, and it takes religious effort, like scheduling posts daily for Instagram to have a proper effect. And that's all picture based. You could promote events and you could promote pictures, but if you're trying to promote ideas or methodologies, you see some inspirational, motivational speakers use it and they post quotes and stuff like that. But is it a really appropriate medium for them? It's hard for me to say. Then you have upcoming media platforms like TikTok, which has just reached its record population count as of a month ago.
I don't even understand TikTok. I don't understand. I'm too old to understand TikTok. I don't get it.
It's sub 20s. The average person on there is 15 to 18.
Is there hookah on TikTok? I know you guys just started the Hookah Lounge TikTok, but is there actual hookah content on that platform?
Not yet.
Okay.
What's interesting? TikTok, I'm a big fan of NatPat over at Game Theory, and they just started doing TikTok. So now I'm like, do we need to look at that? Is that a platform?
You have to look at it this way, right? I right now, so this is probably going to go into part of one of the next questions you might have, but where does hookah go? How do we reach the next audience of people? Because we do a really good job of keeping a tight-knit community together. And everybody in this chat that's probably talking right now, I probably know, and you guys probably know. And it's really rare for us to see a name and they go, who is that? So, hookah right now is in a troubled spot for me just because it's too inclusive and it doesn't know how to branch out, break out. There's this problem with it because we don't know how to do that. And you would think really the vendors should be doing it. They should be really making their marketing go for more of a general mass appeal. But half the time you see some of these advertisements and they fall flat and boring. And you put them up next to a vape advertisement, and who's going to win? I would probably say the only one that does it well in our space is Fumari as far as outreach goes, and maybe Starbuzz, but everyone else, they could do a lot better job, I would say.
I completely agree. I think we got one more question for you from us, and then we'll probably have a few from chat that our wonderful moderator and producer have been collecting for us.
Yes.
But this is a question, and this is sometimes I even find it difficult with the amount of human beings you have to deal with just on a day-to-day basis. But how do you deal with so many different people all the time? Because you're basically everywhere. You're not just in THL. You've got 2 jobs. You do THL. So what's your methodology behind that?
Dealing with so many different people.
Yeah, I would say managing the group is probably one of the most time-consuming tasks I have, just because it is pretty much a full-time job. It's a full-time job on top of 2 other full-time jobs, and methodology. I have times a day that I check. So people sometimes think I disappear, but it's because I try to regiment myself to check at certain times. And sometimes if I'm walking, there are times where I check in between those situations where I'm going to get a cup of coffee, going to walk to the restroom. I'll check really quick, try to catch up on some stuff. But usually my biggest pushes when I talk to people and try to catch up is around breakfast, lunch, and then late in the evening I try to catch up with people. I try to keep that regimented.
All right, very cool. So we got a couple of questions from the chat as well. If you guys have a question you'd like to ask Frank, drop a couple of question marks in front of it, and our moderators will grab those and let us see them. The first question comes from Justin. He says, "You like blonde leaf shishas? What's your go-to?"
Oh, that's hard. It depends. I have probably 3 brands I really enjoy for blondes. When it comes to Alpaca, I would say I'm still an Alpaca fan. I mean, double apple mint and vanilla are my go-tos from Alpaca. If you want to go to more, newer brands, I would say Trifecta, Ugly, Alpaca. I have like 2 or 3 really favorite flavors, and I think those are probably my go-to brands. And I would say on the regular, it's Trifecta and Ugly. Those 2 are probably my dominants. And then I have supporting flavors. That's what I call them. And those are like my FML mints, and they're sort of like accents or tangiers. I use that as an accent, and they sort of just lift up my main palettes that I enjoy.
What about you, Adrian? What are some of your go-to blonde leaf tobaccos? This wasn't necessarily directed directly at us, so I think we should answer it too.
That's hard. I agree with Frank, and that's kind of a hard question. But as far as like what I gravitate towards very regularly, like as a reviewer, there's constantly stuff in my stash that I don't touch after reviewing it. Stuff that I buy over and over and have to buy on the weekly, Alpaca Double Apple. I like lemon mints. It used to be Messiah. Now Alfacama's lemon mint and lemon mint ice are freeze, whichever one of those it is incredible. And then Alfacama makes a mean passion fruit. Also Azure lemon muffin. That's another I like lemon flavors. Can you tell? But yeah, like I think you just need to experiment a lot. It's really difficult to have like a go-to when there's such like a big variety of available flavors. But I definitely gravitate towards like citrus flavors for sure. Yeah, so like lemon mints and stuff like that. Those are my favorite things to smoke.
Yeah.
I like very candy-like flavors. Those have always been something that have been a favorite of mine. I also like really natural flavors. Alfacama guava is one of my all-time favorite flavors. I love the Alfacama ice pear as well because it is such a nice, juicy pear. The lemon ginger has been really good. I also really like a lot of stuff that I've tried from Azora. Azora's become a very big favorite of mine. It's something that I like to always have on my shelf and stuff, and always smoke it and things. And then there's a bunch of other brands. There's stuff from Ugly that I like. There's stuff from Sherbetli. There's stuff from Messiah that I've tried that I didn't mind so much of as well. Like it really is. There's so many different things out there that it gives you the opportunity to really say, oh, you know what? I like watermelon flavors. I'm going to go try all the different watermelon flavors that there are. And I think that's really kind of a cool thing that we have in our industry, is that we have a wide variety of stuff that we can try in that regard. This question comes from PC Insider, directly to you, Frank. It says, what made you become a game dev, and do you enjoy it?
What made me become a game dev? I mean, it was something I wanted to be able to tell stories and be able to tell them, not only tell them, but show the stories that I want to tell. And due to that sort of, drive to want to be able to do that, I needed the means to be able to do it. And I, at the time, it was either you make some sort of 3D animation, which is completely out of any possible scope or realm that I could do. But gaming was a area of focus that I could relate to. I grew up as a programmer, as a developer. I come from a very technical background. I've managed teams of up to 30 people on web projects and advertising projects. So going into game development, while it was a horizontal change, it was not completely a foreign environment for me to manage. So I thought it was the perfect medium to be able to start off doing that. And, it started off literally, I was in 2012, I was out in San Francisco for a publishers meeting, and it was there where I came up with the idea to start doing this. And when I came back to New York, it started off in nights, in the evenings, and I would get home at 8 o'clock, and then I'd be waking up till like 6 in the morning just working during the week. And it turned into a full-time thing, and then suddenly it started off with just me and a designer writing a story and figuring out what to do, to suddenly being 30 people working on production. So, I think it comes down to, if you want to do something, I think don't tell yourself you can't do it. I think just thinking that you could and starting thinking of ways that you could do it means you're already halfway there, because a lot of people don't even get to that point. So if there's something you want to do and you're interested in doing it, try it out.
Going off of that same question, basically, Ashley asked, what kind of games do you make?
Strategy games, mostly. And, with an indie company, you have to try to... I've learned this the hard way, but you have to try to be very adaptable and see if an idea is working or not, or if you're feeling it. If you're not feeling the idea and it's not adapting well at the beginning, you're not going to make it to the end. So it's best to remove it early. So the first game we did was a real-time strategy game, and now we're working on a FPS, so to speak. Sort of FPS. It's more like RPG FPS.
Can you shout out the names at all for any of these games in case people want to look them up?
Sure. So the first one's Avalon Lords, Dawn Rises. You can find the trailer. There's an interview with me, PC Gamer. We were at PAX East. You can see the sign over there. So that was our first game. It was a really fun production. We had the composer for Final Fantasy 7 and 9 help collaborate from Soundscape on the soundtrack. Cool. So,
wow.
The thing is, it's just sort of like you have these big aspirations when you start these things. And, we wanted to get like a chamber orchestra for them, and we wanted to do all this stuff, throw a big after party. But reality sets in. You don't have that sort of liquidity to do that. But that was the first game we did. And now we were trying to experiment with two other games. One was like a futuristic cyberpunk game, and the other one was another RTS that was based on the Giants, not the Greek Titans, the Giants.
The football team?
Now, was that?
The football team?
No, the Greek Giants. So, there was Zeus and then his father, and you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I was making a bad joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt does that a lot.
But the latest game we're working on right now is King Arthur Rises. That's a new tile that we're working on, and it basically follows the storyline and premise that King Arthur never really died, and he's back, and what happens now that he has returned. And it's not too far-fetched from the actual lore, which suggests that he died, but he is going to return when Albion needs him the most, and Albion being England. So it sort of follows the folklore and mythology of it. So I'm excited for it.
Cool.
And this is the last chat question from Justin. Again, thank you, Justin, for the questions. And this is pretty topical. Frank, what's the member count for THL currently?
I have no idea. Probably 5,125.
Probably
no
like 5,125. That's a pretty good ballpark.
That's a pretty good ballpark.
Yeah. That's the last time I remember looking at it.
That's pretty good.
Somewhere around there.
Awesome. There's a lot of awesome conversation that happens inside THL. If you guys are not aware of it, you guys should definitely go check it out. It's a very fun group. Us as AM Hookah Podcast are teaming up with THL, and we're doing some pretty fun things. Not just having Frank on the show, but other fun things as well. We've had members of their mod team on different things. Cam Rin completely annihilated me at Smash Brothers. Don't play him. He cheats. No, I'm just not any good at it. That's the difference. But yeah, it's been a fantastic time so far. We're actually running really close to the end of the show. I wanted to give you, Frank, an opportunity to say kind of whatever you want to the audience and let them know exactly what THL is and what to expect from THL and everything you got going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just use the remaining time here. I think we were at 2 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You said?
You're fine. We can go over. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's okay.
You seem like you like to talk, so it's okay.
I do like to talk. I monologue. Yeah, I mean, the future of THL is we're just trying to move in a new direction. I think, I touched on some of the problems we've had with hookah before, which is it's very inclusive and non-expulsionary. So we at THL are trying to break that mold and try to get to people that don't know what hookah is. And trying to do that is actually extremely difficult. And like I said, I feel like something the vendors should be doing themselves. It's in their best interest. There's over 200 to 300 distributors in the United States that do not carry hookah products. That they did, it would be more mainstream. We need to start changing and looking at the numbers and getting products in people's hands, and not only changing the way consumers look at it, but these distributors, because we need to start getting these products moving. And once their products start moving and there's more interest is built, then we're going to start seeing more products coming out, newer companies coming out. We're going to see better legislation that's on the side of hookah. It's all connected. But right now we have this muted presence in the community, or lack of. And if anything, we're more static than we are moving. So, we have to do something. So that's where THL's been trying to concentrate on. We're hosting our first New York Gala in New York, and that's more of a experimental event just to help us understand how to throw events and parties. We have another one in at Oasis. We did Smoke Sember, which we did all those prizes, trying to do large giveaways, and we're doing the Hookah Battles Junior League. THL is hosting that. So we're going to be hosting the first Hookah Battles Junior League out in Los Angeles. That's in October. And then we're going to bring it back to the East Coast, probably December. So long story short, we want to try to do more things for you guys. And we want AM Hookah Podcast to be involved, and we want everyone to be involved that wants to be involved. And if you're part of other groups, you're welcome to be involved as well. Because at the end of the day, what we want to do is make hookah cool. We don't want people to think that the only place you can smoke hookah is at a lounge while looking at your phone. Hookah is a activity you can do wherever you want to accompany your passion or hobby. It doesn't have to be just restricted to one place. It doesn't have to have a negative stigmatism to it. It can have a very positive emotion that's attached to it. We want to make hookah cool. We want you to look cool with that hookah. So just keep being cool. All right.
Awesome.
I think that's it from me. But yeah, I'm not sure if I told you guys about the Hookah Battle Junior League that's happening.
Junior League. Explain that a little bit. I don't think I've heard all the details about it.
Yeah. So I was just in Miami doing hookah battles. That their main league, that's what they call it. So that's where they go to major venues like the major conference halls. The Junior League is a new league that has been created, and these will happen on more regular basis. So you will probably have 4 or 5 of these in North America, and we've been given the task of throwing these events. So we have 2 planned for this year. We're probably going to do 4 next year, and the mechanics of it are going to be completely different. We're going to try to change it up. We want to make it fun, cool, interesting, and the Junior League overseas right now is in lounges, which makes sense. But we want to do it in more public spaces. We want people to see what these competitions are like. We want to do it in parks. We want to do it on the beach. Show people what a hookah competition is. Generate some buzz about it. So
That's awesome.
So Cameron just told me that if I ask you this question, then I don't have to change my profile picture anymore. So I want to quickly ask this question because I don't want to have to change my profile picture. So I have to ask this question now. By the way, all that sounds absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to hear more information about the Hookah League, Junior League, though, because that sounds really interesting and something that I'd like to participate in and be a part of in some way. So I think that's really cool. But I have to ask you, who's your favorite moderator at THL? Cameron is the one that asked this question, so feel free to not pick him if you feel like you don't need to. But if you need to, go ahead and do it. But I asked the question, Cameron, so I don't got to change my profile picture no more. Ha! I'm free. I'm free of it.
To choose a favorite would mean that I like something particularly more about one moderator versus another.
Oh, this is going to be a
political
political
answer. The thing is, they're so different personality-wise.
What a political answer. Just give us a name, Frank.
Just lie.
Just
fucking
lie. Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? Eddie.
Eddie's your favorite moderator.
Eddie.
There it
There we
is.
go.
There it is, guys. You found out from here.
I chose none of the answers they were expecting.
None of them. Eddie is the
No,
favorite.
Eddie, I love you though.
Good job.
So you're talking yourself into a hole there, man.
Wow, you've used Eddie as a scapegoat. I wonder how that's going to make him feel. My goodness.
Nah, he's a funny guy.
Bridget said that she's your favorite moderator, actually. I didn't even know my wife became a moderator. I don't know when that happened.
She was a moderator.
She was. What happened? You kicked my wife out of the moderator group?
Oh, I think it was a very quick thing. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but
Did she make fun of your hair? Is that what happened?
no, that doesn't get you kicked.
Oh, that doesn't?
I've always Tommy but I don't remember how that happened with her, but yeah, she was a moderator at one point, right, Bridget?
Did you click the button? Is that what happened? Just like, oh, moderator you, moderator you, moderator you. That must. You lost a great moderator is your problem right now. That's the problem. Is you lost a great one.
There's so many good ones out there.
Anyways, all right. Well, this has been fantastic. This has been a really fun time. I want to remind you guys that we have a wonderful merchandise store over at Teespring. You can find our stuff there and purchase it. You can get all sorts of great stuff like T-shirts, like hoodies. You can get some fantastic socks like Mr. Bracken Cox. Mr. Bracken Cox got some really nice socks. He's wearing them right now. He's petting his socks right now. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Just so everyone knows a little bit of backroom AM Hookah podcast information. Bracken reminds us to talk about merch by laying the sock over his shoulder. We can see him right now. Now it's over his head. It's a great way to remind us.
It's over his head. Now he's taking off his shirt again. You got to stop doing that, Bracken. You have to stop doing that. No more. I'm going to turn the camera on one of these days, and everyone's going to see you. Everybody's going to see you. All right. This has been an absolutely fantastic time. Adrian, if people want to find you all over the internet, where can they look for you?
Yo, you want to find some YouTube tutorials, some YouTube... At this point, they're not all tutorials, videos, unboxings, whatever, hookah shit. Pipe Dream Hookah on YouTube, you can find me there. And then for Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at _Pipe Dream. And if you can't figure out how to find me on Facebook, knowing my name and what my face looks like, good luck with the rest of your life. Frank, how do we find you?
Just come to THL. You'll find me.
THL is a Facebook group. Go to facebook.com/THL. I think we'll probably get you there. Or go to facebook.com and just do a search for the Hookah Lounge and you'll be able to find it as well. You can find the AM Hookah Podcast all over the place as well on Twitter, on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook as well. We have our own personal group that is a lot of fun. We also have a page that you can like as well. You can find me all over the internet on Twitter at OnlyMattDezen, on Instagram at OnlyMattDezen. You can also find me all over the place on all sorts of things. Prestige Coals, we want to thank them so very much for always sponsoring the AM Hookah Podcast. Honestly, we couldn't do this without them because we need charcoal to be able to smoke our hookah, and this charcoal right here is absolutely fantastic. Make sure to go down to the description down below, go to that affiliate link, and get yourself some Prestige Coals. It helps out the show, and you get some really nice coals out of it as well. Frank, I can't tell you enough. Thank you so much for coming on the show and being a part of this. It's been far too long. I apologize for it being so long, but hey, we saved the best for last, as Adrian would say in a dialect kind of like this. That was my Adrian impersonation. Well, it was actually the Pipe Dream impersonation. That's what that was. How'd I do?
Bracken's better at that.
He's better at looking at it. That's for sure.
Bracken is way better at pretending to be me.
Here he comes. He's turning into you right now. All right, guys. This has been fantastic. It's been a great time. Thank you so much, Frank. We got to end this now before it becomes a crazy thing that happens. We appreciate it so very much. When is the next show for THL? Before we leave, I want to make sure that we direct people to go and see you.
Thursday.
Thursday,
11 p.m.
And there's going to be some big news on that show, I've been told.
We have announcements.
Announcements.
The bigness will be dependent on the person.
The bigness, isn't it always, though, I guess. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. As always, make sure you sub to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you know the moment that we go live. And don't forget to hit that like button right now. Don't do it, Adrian. Don't do it.
Make sure to hit that like button. Like this is Hala. We only work here for likes, so if you could just hit that like button, that would be very helpful for us. Thank you, Bracken, so much for helping me here.
Instagram. Don't forget Instagram.
Go check out Instagram.
Check us out on Instagram at AM Hookah.
Doesn't that tickle your ear, Frank?
Go check out THL's YouTube channel as well.
It reminds me of one of those audio clips where they speak very low.
Don't do it anymore.
ASMR.
Stop it!
ASMR, yeah.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right, goodbye, guys. We appreciate you as always. Till next time, keep on smoking. Bye.
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
Oh, yeah.